We had a phenomenal start. We're going to share with you some great news and recognition tonight. We're also going to show you how a simplistic topic of plugging in a box to earn crypto tonight. We're going to talk about all the information behind it on how to get paid from this remarkable device. And just sit back and you'll get all your questions answered after the presentation. John, the floor is yours.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all being on here and being on time. We are going to fly through a lot of great information. Thank you to Henry for giving us that intro. It is a definitely an historic evening where our team, I can say our, but specifically Kevin and Henry's team hit 10,000 affiliates in slightly under 10 weeks. Can't even believe it. So congratulations to them. And we're going to have a lot more congrats coming up right after we give you the business overview. So appreciate y'all being on and waiting for that. But the stampede of 2021 is definitely on. And we're talking about the People's Network is what Helium calls it. Paradigm shift for our decentralized wireless future. And this is the founder of this company, Sean Fanning. If you're not familiar with him, you'd probably be familiar with that name, Napster. He's the guy that invented that over 20 years ago. In fact, landed himself on the cover of Time magazine at age 19 back in the year 2000. And in 2002, MIT Tech Review named him one of the world's top 100 innovators under age 35, which is amazing. He's done a lot of great things over the last 2 decades, but I think Helium.com, Helium will be his ultimate masterpiece. This is just an incredible thing. They worked on it for 6 years before they went live. And here's the gist of what it is. Imagine it's 1980 and you have the chance to own 100 cell towers and then get paid on all the data that flows over them. Can you imagine that? That'd be incredible, right? Well, that's very similar to what Helium is letting us do, except we're not dealing with this monster structure and all the overhead and the land and the zoning regulations and the federal taxes and county commissioners and all that crazy stuff. We don't have to deal with any of that. Instead, we're putting a small box in homes and offices, and we're building that network, the world's fastest growing wireless private data transmission network ever, with a lot more security at a fraction of the cost. So pennies on the dollar here. And the CEO of Helium, Amir Helium, said in Forbes November 20th of last year, what if someone could stick a box in their window, turn it on, and become their own cell tower all of a sudden? I hope this starts a movement towards people realizing you do this in an open source way without a big telco carrier. Who are the big telcos? We're all familiar with them, right? They used to be Ma Bell, but then they chopped them all up and then they consolidated it all back. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. And we've been at the mercy of those 3 or 4 companies for decades, right? And now we are changing things out with our little PIG, what we call our passive income generator. See how small that is compared to this monster cell tower? It's a free device. The company's literally going to mail these out, hundreds of thousands of them, well, maybe millions when all is said and done. We just have to pay a small shipping charge. That's it. And it's very user-friendly, 3-step install. Now, you do have to know how to plug in this thing into the electrical outlet. Hope you can do that. And you can plug it in to the internet, or you can do it wirelessly over Bluetooth. And then you also have to attach that little antenna to it right there. And that's it. So very easy install, no auto ship. There's no monthly fees. There's no affiliate fee. I told you this is a totally free device. You earn money while you sleep, 24/7, 365. It's a needed service that we're just scratching the surface on. It's a tidal wave of growth that is coming. We don't have to worry about zoning laws or regulations, no maintenance headaches, no attrition. We don't have to worry about, well, I can't pay my bills this month, so I'm not going to pay my monthly fee, my auto ship that I can't afford. And hardly anyone's heard of it. I can't say no one's heard about this, but hardly anyone has heard about this yet. So we are the first in here, and I'm going to show you proof of that in just a sec. But how do we earn money with Helium? Who's paying all this money? Well, and you're going to see it in graphic detail here. Helium hosts, the people that have the box, earn money by building coverage. That's what this is right here, establishing that they are plugged in. We're daisy chaining these devices across the U.S. and across the world, and then we transmit data. That's what we do. And when we say relay that device, moving it from place to place, and that is actually happening. This is not some, hocus pocus, hope that it's real. I'm going to show you proof of many, many companies, big companies, that are paying Helium today, right now, to use this network. It's really exciting. You can see their network data transfer is a big chunk of all the money that's flowing on here. And all of that stuff is in writing on the Helium.com website. You can go read it. I'm not going to get into all the tech specs on this stuff because it's all there in writing if you want to see all that stuff. But you can go see it with your own eyes and check it all out. The network is live, the world's fastest growing wireless network ever. And, this number already busted 100K. I did that a few days ago. I can't even believe it. We're at 100,000 already. Seems like yesterday we were at just a third of that, the first time that Henry and I saw this thing. But see that view network coverage right there? This is right on Helium.com. I'm going to simulate clicking that button, and then I'll take you to their site, which now is like at 102,000. Maybe it hit 103 already. That number spins like 1,000 every day. Hard to keep up. But you'll see a map like this of the world. There's North America, there's Europe, there's Asia over here. You can see a little piece of China over there. Here's Hawaii. They got, a handful of boxes there. They even got something over here in Iceland. Pretty crazy. But it's spreading around the world. So you look at this map and you say, uh-oh, am I too late? It looks like the whole U.S. is covered everywhere there's people. But I'm going to simulate zooming in on it. I'm down here in Houston, and I'm going to simulate going down there. There's Dallas, there's Houston. Now it doesn't look so saturated, right? And then if I, again, simulate clicking in here, and I actually did these zoom ins just a week ago, but all of a sudden, that's the third most populous city in America. Doesn't look too bad now, because each one of those hexagons represents about half a mile. And you're going to be able to, see that in anywhere you want. You can go look at any country, any city in the world and zoom in on it. So I'm going to zoom one more time, and then you'll see I'm actually up here. That's me right there. And that's about 3 miles right there. So, it's not like there's a whole lot. You can go build anywhere. There's not a whole lot of saturation anywhere and grab serious market share. Now, you look at this, how many hotspots are in my area? Whether you got a ton of hotspots in your area or not, you're going to be able to find an area where you can put one for sure. Even if you have to step on your next door neighbor, you can still plug one of these in and make money, but it's just not ideal. So this is the CEO of Helium in his blog post from almost exactly 3 months ago. The current Helium network is well on its way to becoming the largest and fastest growing global network ever, with a strong forecast for over 600,000 hotspots in the next year and a half. And we are flying down that path. You can see we're adding about 1,000 a day right there. And when we first looked at Helium back in mid-May, just a couple months ago, there were almost 38,000 hotspots. So they started placing hotspots in August of 2019 in Austin, Texas, about 2 hours west of me. And over the next 20 months, they added those 38,000. Well, then in the last 2 months, from May to July, they added 60,000. So we almost did double in the last 2 months what they did in almost 2 years. Pretty incredible. So, soon we'll be adding 50,000, 100,000 units a month. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. We are growing, but you don't have to worry about, if I'm too late, am I going to be able to grab market share? Because we need millions of these devices. If we just needed 1 million and we're at 100,000, that means we have 90% of all the hotspots still to add here in the Helium network. So we don't have to worry about that. Plus, our marketing company just bought 130,000 hotspots. They just announced that. They spent tens of millions of dollars on that. So, and now they're going to give them out for free, which is really going to make us explode. So we'll have hundreds of thousands of hotspots here in the next 6 months. And the only question that really matters that you can answer yourself is, how many of those new hundreds of thousands of hotspots do you want to get paid on? For me, the answer is pretty easy. I only need about 10, 20,000 of them. And I know Henry and Kevin are going to get another 20,000 or so, and y'all can split the rest. So there you go. Just grab what you want and hustle on down your way, because this is going to fill up quick. I figure we got a window of about 2 or 3 years to grab serious market share here, which, is plenty of time for everybody to do really well. This is our CEO of our marketing company, iHub, and we'll talk about them here in just a few minutes. But Rick Cotton actually put this on a slide on July 1. I can't believe it's been 4 weeks ago today. That 100,000 affiliate target was what he projected on July 1. So all of July, all of August, boom. He was anticipating, we were at 27,000 there. He was anticipating adding 73,000 affiliates to our growth in the next 2 months. And needless to say, we're going to be at millions next year, the way we're growing. And we looked at, and we thought we might actually do better than that, the way we're growing. So we're going to show you how to get a big piece of the pie here, which, you know, most people have never even heard of. To me, just to make this clear, it's more like buying real estate than buying cryptocurrency or doing computer tech or network marketing, because it's a race to get hotspots in place before those spots are taken. Once the spots are taken, you know, that's it. And that's why I said we got that small window to grab market share. We're going to show you how to get paid on a huge number of these devices without having to go buy 10 or 20 or 100 of these things and, you know, take a big risk on your own. Now, there's 2 commissions that are available from building a huge network of hotspots. And we don't get paid on any number of bodies. We don't get paid on people. We don't get paid on looking pretty. We only get paid on the production of these hotspots, of the data that's moved over this network. So I hope that's clear to everybody. I might repeat that again, just so everybody understands what we're getting paid on. But those hotspots are bought, installed, and maintained by other people, and you can get paid anywhere from 5 to 25, is actually 35% of those hotspots production. 35% or 25% would be on anyone you personally enroll. And we'll talk about that in detail. You can make anywhere from 10 or 20% on anybody you personally refer yourself. And then on top of that, you can get paid 5, 10, or 15%. I just changed the wording on here. 5, 10, or 15% on affiliates under your personal referrals. That's it. It's that simple right there. Now, I'll elaborate on that in a little bit of detail, but it's not real complicated to get this down. So referral commissions paid on all personally enrolled affiliates on their hotspot production, either 10% or 20%. And here it is, as simple as this. In your first 90 days, if you get a free box, you're going to get 10% on that box. And then all the people that sponsored those people are also going to get 10%. Then if you're brand new and you go set up 5 assessments on our software, meaning you actually tell people, here's how much, or you actually just put in an address and create an assessment for that address. If you do 5 of those in your first 90 days, which probably will take you 20 minutes to do that, then you will jump to 20% on the box that you have on that free box. And then again, your sponsor will also go to 20%. That's it. That's all you got to do. So after 90 days, you should definitely be getting 20% of all your level 1 affiliates hotspot production. Okay. We'll show you what that means in potential income from just 1 level, which is really amazing to me. By the way, before we jump into that, I just got to show you, this is Helium's Facebook page, and they're talking about hosting a Helium hotspot. This almost a year ago. This is September of last year. Check this out. They actually had on their page, get paid $35 a month to host a hotspot in your home. We're serious about that. I looked at that and I thought, $400 a year. We got people making $400 a month. But okay, that makes our 20% look a lot better all of a sudden, right? By the way, our average hotspot produces about a little over 70 Helium network tokens per month. That's the coin that is paid out, Helium network tokens on these devices production. And if we do 70 Helium network tokens times $10 per coin, which is what, actually, that's a little low. It's going for more than that. But that would be $700 a month from your average hotspot. Well, 20% of that's $140 a month. So that's like $1,600 a year. That's a lot better than $400, you know, a quarter of that. So pretty awesome. Now, that was the first way you get paid. There's, like I said, 2 payouts on every house. We have 4 different ranks that you can achieve based on the width that you go. So you get paid, the rank increases based on how many people you personally enroll. So if you go and get the 10 and the 10 that we talked about, that's the 20% that you can make on every single frontliner all the way down. The first 5 are what we call your promotional team. Now, I'm not going to talk about what you get underneath on the downline. I'm going to do that in a minute, but I'm just going to talk about the front line, the width here. So you get On your first 5, you can make 20%. On your next 10 positions, 6 through 15, you make that 20, but then you get another 5%. So that's 25% on your 6 through 15 people that you enroll. On your silver, the house is getting nicer, by the way, as we move over. Now you can make 10, 10, and 10. That's 30% on anybody you put in positions 16 through 25. So I'm just going wide here. And then if I recruit people beyond 25, so the more people you get, like I said, the more money you make. If you get anyone from 26 beyond, so yeah, you would go and enroll 26 people, and then you're going to get 10, 10, and 15. That's 35% on anybody 26 and beyond. So if you bring on 100 people, positions 26 through 100, you're going to make 35% on the first level, on all those people that you personally refer on their boxes right there. Okay. Now, here's what's crazy. Again, I haven't even talked about what you're going to make on the downline. If you start adding this up and you just take 50 helium token, remember I said the average box is doing 70. I'm just going to take 50. If you have those 5 positions right there, that maxes out the width on your promotional team. That would be 250 coin. You get 20% of that. So there's that 50 Helium Network token you just made on your first level there. On the bronze team, there's a 25%, 10, 10, and 5, right? 25%. You're going to get 10 people there to max out the bronze rank, and that will 10 times 50 Helium Network token. We're using the same average right there. You might see some people use 100. Doesn't matter, whatever average. I like to be conservative, so I'm shooting low. I like to under promise and over deliver. But there's 500 right there. 500 times 25% is your commission on those boxes. That's 125 there. A lot more than the 50 because you got double the number of frontliners and you got a higher percentage going from 20 to 25. Over here in silver, we're doing the exact same number, 10 to fill out those 10 positions. 10 times 50, 500 again, same as here, but now we're at 30, right? 10, 10, and 10. You get 30% of all those first level or level 1 people. That's 150. And then in your gold spot, again, we're just doing 10 here. You can go get 100. I'm just talking about 10. If you're like Miles, you've already got 100, which is awesome. And he's going to enjoy that real soon as all those boxes get delivered. So it's really incredible. So there you got 500 again, but now you're at 35%. So you just went from 125 at 25% to 150 at 30% and 175 at 35%. You add all 4 of those houses up. If you're out here at gold and you got 35 people enrolled, right? 5, 10, 10, 10. That's 35. And that generated 500 Helium Network tokens at $10 per token. If you cash them out, which you can do, everybody can go buy and sell Helium right now. That would be $5,000 a month from one level. Now, here's a question, because a lot of people say, 35 people, I've never recruited more than 5 people into any network marketing company. Well, here's my question to you. Can you find 35 people who want to earn extra money from a no-risk free business, from a box that they get shipped to them for, you know, a small shipping charge? Yeah, everybody can go and get hundreds of people to do that. And we're going to show you a lot of people have already done just that in the last month or two. Pretty crazy. All right, let's say you want to actually double that income or more. Well, you've already maxed out your pro team. You got 5 there. You got 10 here in the bronze. You maxed that out. 10. You maxed out the silver. Where are those next 35? If you already got 35 people out here and you want to put 35 more in, where are you going to put them? Well, there's only one place you can, and that's on the end of your gold team, right? So you're going to get 35% of all of them too. So if you got 35 on all here, and then you go add 35 more, they're all going to be in your gold team. Oh my goodness. So you just went from 35 to 70, but all the other 35 are in here, 1750 more helium at 50 helium per box. That's 2250 times 35%. That's 780 more Helium Network token, because you added on 1750 onto the 500, and you got 780 right there. Add all that up. That's 1105 from all 4 houses now instead of 500. And you just made $11,000 just from one level from 70 people. And I love the way Miles thinks. He said, well, what if you go add 200 to your first 25? And then that's a payout of 35 grand. Yeah, you can go do the math on that pretty easy. You just have to play with the numbers and be a little bit greedy. And then you're going to not be able to sleep tonight. That's one level. I haven't even told you about the multi-levels of pay that's available here. I'm just going to focus on in your bronze house. Let's say you're getting 5% on a bunch of people. let's say you enroll Andrew in your 8th spot. He's your 8th person that you plug in right there, and he's all happy. He loves this program, and he's going to go build a network of 1,000 people just under this 8th spot right here. Check this out. This is so crazy. So here's Andrew. He brings a bunch of people on. We've actually had people do that. This whole thing, what we're talking about, we've had people do that exactly in the last month and a half, which is just mind-boggling to me. And you'll see the names of some of these people that have done this in like 6 weeks. It's crazy. But let's just say, hypothetically, Andrew goes and does that, and he's got now 1,000 hotspots, all producing, again, that average of 50 Helium coin per month. That would be 50,000 Helium Network tokens generated under Andrew at 5% a month. That'd be 2,500 Helium coin times $10 per coin. That's $25,000 a month right there at that 5% from your bronze house. Pretty crazy, right? And of course, Andrew's going to keep going, and he's going to go way beyond the bronze. And all of a sudden, he could have an organization that spans the globe, and this could get really big. But just let me take it back to real simple terms, which is so mind-boggling to me. You know, in my 30 years of network marketing, I've always said, how many people do I need in my organization, in my network, to get to a 5-figure monthly income? So how to get to 10 grand a month? Usually you need like 1,000 people, each spending about $100 a month on hand lotion and shampoo and nutritional weight loss products. You know, that's kind of been the whole traditional system that we need. Well, 1,000 people doing 100,000 a month, that's $100 a month. That's 100 grand a month. If you get 10% of that, you know, you get a car bonus, you get a global bonus pool, whatever, and you make 10 grand on that. That's pretty much the standard in the industry. Here, we're talking about 1,000 people getting a free hotspot, not spending $100 a month, but generating a lot of revenue from that hotspot. And that will earn you not 10, not 15, not 20, but 25,000 a month. Now, let's say that I overshot with my 50 Helium Network token per machine. Let's say I was twice as high as it is. Let's say it's only 25. We'll just cut that number in half. We're still at $12,500 on what normally would be 10,000. We're still way over what the industry average is, and it's a free deal. Oh my gosh. With people spending no money other than a small shipping charge, and maybe they go crazy and spend another 40 or 50 on an antenna to get even more income from their hotspot. That's it. I hope I didn't lose anybody here. It's crazy, and there's a lot more money than that. I just focused on 5%. We can get crazy, but no need to. Let's talk about the VC money behind this for just a quick sec. Probably recognize a lot of these names. These are companies behind Helium, not behind our marketing company. I'll show you the difference in one sec. I don't need to talk about any of these other than this right here, GV. That's not for group volume. That stands for Google Ventures. Do I need to talk about anything else? I mean, that should seal the deal right there. There's plenty of money in here. And then you can go, yeah, right, exactly. Then you can go to Helium.com and you can see companies that are actually paying them right now. There's all kinds of testimonials on there because companies want a secure, meaning they don't have to worry about it being hacked, ubiquitous, meaning it's all over, and affordable wireless solution. That's what they're getting from Helium.com. We already have hundreds of companies and thousands of developers building on this people's network. It says it right here, thousands of existing solutions, sensors, devices, gateways are easily configured to run long-fi. What the heck is long-fi? I've heard of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, everyone knows what that is, right? It hits your house, and it might hit your neighbor on one side or the other. Maybe if you're in Starbucks, it'll hit that store, and that's it. It goes about 30 feet. Long-fi goes miles. That's what we have, and our boxes can transmit that data along with their small data packets. We're not talking about, you know, phone calls or Zoom calls like this or Netflix or YouTube. We're talking about small data packets that have to be delivered without anybody peeping on them, which has been a major problem. And all these companies you see here probably recognize one or two of them, maybe more. Salesforce.com is very known. If you've been in sales, you've probably been getting their stuff for, 20 years. They've been putting out all kinds of helpful emails on how to sell, right? They do applications and resumes, thousands of them a day, and they have to have a secure network to send them over. They are the lead testimonial right there on Helium.com. Lime Network, they do parking spots and scooter rentals and bike rentals, all kinds of stuff downtown. Nestle's Ready Refresh, which Nestle just sold a couple months ago, but those are the big 5-gallon water tanks that you can see. There's a little internet connection When the water goes below that level, it'll send a message back to the company, hey, this location needs another water jug. They got low. So all that stuff's in place. This is one of my brand new ones. I just found out about this. This happened 2 weeks ago. You can literally go buy one of these devices today, right here. Works with the Helium network. The Invoxia, it's a French company, long-fi GPS tracker. You can throw one of these on your $10,000 motorcycle or in your car, and then it'll tell you, hey, someone's messing with your bike. It just tipped over. It'll literally tell you that. There's a tilt indicator on this thing. Protecting your valuables has never been so easy. Throw it in your car. If you're at Disneyland, you can't remember where you parked, it'll help you find it. And this thing, again, will travel on the Helium network miles, where Bluetooth, you got to be a lot closer to your car to find it if you're using one of those older trackers out there. It's pretty fascinating. You can see the $129 price tag on there. The long-fi GPS tracker is now available on the Helium network. That's right there on the Invoxia website. You can see it right there. It's also being sold by CalChip. Shipping is pretty reasonable. And let me tell you the capper on this whole thing. You can actually get one of these, and then if it's in your house and you're tracking something, put it on your dog or whatever. I'm just kidding. Put it on your kid. But it will send the signal through your own Helium hotspot. Now, you're not going to make a ton of money on that, but it's really cool because then you can actually see your tracking device transmitting on your Helium hotspot right there at your house. Unbelievable. And you can actually read the blog right here. There's a couple other articles out there. There's a guy who actually did a review on it, Jimmy, on the Helium hotspot. And he'll tell you, he's got, pictures of it in his car, and he shows you the app and how it's registering on your device. So again, practical application. If you ever had people go, well, I'm not going to use this thing. My cell phone's not going to talk to this. What good is it? Well, now you know. I mean, there's another bedrock example of how this works and why there's such a huge demand for all this stuff. This is the Internet of Things. All these devices are machines talking to machines right there. They're saying there's 31 billion devices. They're already plugged in is going to double in the next 4 years, and then it's going to go crazy beyond that. This chart, that's not our chart. This is off of this website right there. How many IoT devices are there? 200% increase over the last 5 years to get to 31 billion. Bottom line here is machines are talking machines, which reduces human involvement, increases efficiency, gives us a better quality of life. And that's what the IoT is all about, right? I mean, that's what we're talking about. You can go do a ton more reading on all that. The thing I love about this, and this is another question we get all the time, do I have to go get these companies? Do I have to go get them to use my hotspot in my house? No. No one's even going to know that you got a hotspot in your address. They're never going to see your address. They're just going to see your hotspot is there in your general area, but they're not going to be knocking on your door. They're not going to have access to any of your personal info. But Helium goes and they advertise to attract customers to use the Helium network, as I just showed you. And so they run this ad on Facebook. This is a Facebook ad that Henry found. Track your assets, boom, boom, boom. And then, poof, all of a sudden, Lone Star Tracking is in here, and they actually are bragging right here on their website at LoneStarTracking.com that, hey, we're using the Helium network. They're the ones we selected to pay them money to do our tracking for us, to transmit our packets of data on their network so we can track everybody. So this is a comparison, again, right off the Helium site, comparing Helium service to AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. These guys can't compete with us without cannibalizing their major mega business model. So what are they going to do? Probably go the blockbuster video route and just go down with the ship and hold on to what they got, right? So that's okay with us. iHub is the network marketing company here that we are working with that's doing this marketing for Helium. Now, if you want to go see their site, it's not IHub.Global, .com, it's .global. And if you want to go to the site of the person that invited you, they have a username .ihub.global, username.ihub.global. When you get there, I'm going to tell you the first thing you want to do, and you want to go do this right now. You can do it while we're talking. Just kidding. Watch this for another 10 minutes. But this is the Join Now button right there on the front of the site. And when you click that, all you got to do is enter your name, address, phone number. They don't even ask you for a charge card, and boom, you're in. Reserve your hotspot while you're there, because if you don't, if you say, well, it's Thursday, I'll do it this weekend, it'll still be there. The problem is we're adding like 2,000-3,000 people a day. And if you come back here in 5 days, that might be 15,000 people that have gotten in front of you in line. It's first come, first serve. So if you let 10,000 more people get in front of you before you reserve a hotspot that doesn't even cost you any money, I think you're missing the boat. So go reserve your hotspot right now. Everybody should go do that. This is the iHub corporate team. You can see Rick Cotton right here. He is our CEO, and he had a $300 million company underneath him, so he knows how to build big. This is Chuck Hansen. He's actually the guy that in September of last year went to Helium and said, "Hey, you guys are missing an incentive to get other, to get other people plugged in here." And they thought that was a great idea. This is his 5th decade of doing network marketing, so he knows what he's doing. He actually heard about Helium from this guy, Mike Stern. They got a great corporate team in place. They just bought this software company last month. I can only say that for a couple more days. But it helps us place our hotspot, and we can see what's going on in any major area, any area in the entire U.S. And beyond. So we love this software, and you'll see it. And you can go to heliumtrack.app. It's live right now. Just use your iHub.Global login info, your username and your password, to get in there at heliumtrack.app, and you can sign up for that. And you'll be able to access all this cool data. I don't have time to talk about all that. I will mention that this Saturday, they are launching the assessment tool. So you're the first ones to be able to use it, everybody. And this thing will definitely book out. This will be on on Saturday. Today's Thursday. On Saturday, July 31. And you want to go to your back office, and you'll see this announcement right there. Register for the launch event. And the reason that you need to register is so they know how many people want to see this, so they can make sure they have enough seats. We hit 1,000. I think they need 20,000 seats now for these crazy things. But this is what will pop up. Click that time. I'm in Central Time, so that's what I got. You click that right there, and it will pop up, and then it'll send you an email, and you're confirm you're in the system. You know you got a seat. So there you go. And then here is OG Pay. And this is a major bank. This is not in place yet. It's coming. We're hoping it'll be in place in the next few days, next few weeks, somewhere soon. Yes, we're hoping. Real-time foreign exchange across 53 currencies with no fees. Are you kidding me? How can they do that? But it's FDIC insured. It's a major bank, metropolitan, out of Manhattan. We don't have to worry about whether or not the money's going to be there. They have their own debit card that we're going to get, and we'll easily be able to cash our Helium cryptocurrency into dollars, spend the money right off that card. Pretty amazing setup. We're real excited about this. Remember, this company just launched in March. They just started paying people in May, and boom, here we are 3 months later. So this is all brand new, and we're moving as fast as we can. Now, the Crypto.com coin exchange, cryptocurrency exchange, is live, and you can trade, buy and sell Helium on there. Crypto calls themselves the world's fastest growing crypto app. I'm not here to promote any coin exchange. There's a bunch of them out there, like half a dozen, where Helium is traded. What I want to show you is it's there. And if you check this where it was a year ago, it was like 25 cents a coin. Now it's been, bebopping between $10 and $15 a coin. Doesn't matter, whatever it is. I blew this up just so you could see it. The Helium coin is somewhere in the top 100 cryptocurrencies traded by volume. It says here on that day, which was last month, that it did 1.1 billion in volume traded of that coin. And it got as high as 65 or 68. I don't care, whatever that number is. The point is, it's still a very unknown coin, which means it has tremendous upside potential. And we can't sit here and make predictions about where it's going to go. And we don't even need to, because I already showed you there's crazy money that can be earned here. I went to blacksea.com and I got my crypto there. I bought my Helium there. I actually did that before I even knew what was going on with iHub. I just wanted to make sure that I could get a bunch and then sell it so I could cash out of it. So that was kind of important. All right, now I know you all are tired of listening to me. I'm going to turn this over to Henry for a minute, and he's going to show you some stuff that's really amazing. Everybody talks about crypto, and it's like, crypto, I don't know anything about it. Well, Henry went through the same thing in the last 2 years, and he's got an awesome story to tell you. So here you go. Henry Bidget from the North Pole, New Hampshire.
Thanks, John. Now, cryptocurrency sometimes can be scary if you don't have the education. Certainly, from 2012 to 2016, it kind of went right over my head. I just didn't understand it. And just like anybody else, it just takes a little time and education to that understanding, right? So and then I started getting a lot of people asking me about, cryptocurrency, and I was intrigued to learn more. So I just figured that it wasn't mainstream enough for me at that time. It wasn't a lot of places where you could spend it, and I was kind of right. But in 2018, 2019, companies like JP Morgan purchased huge amounts of cryptocurrency and really put Bitcoin on the map at that point in time, excuse me. And now other people and companies have now made it more mainstream. I mean, here is a gentleman. I'm going to flip my screen here. He actually, Barkley, he got his entire bonus, $10 million in Bitcoin. Pretty awesome, right? The number one draft pick, quarterback Trevor Lawrence, he actually had $24 million signing bonus, and he asked for it in Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana. So think about other people like Elon Musk buying $1.5 billion in cryptocurrency on Saturday Night Live. The Shark Tank guy has 3% of his holdings there. It's actually mainstream. The Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, they all have Bitcoin options or crypto options to purchase. And then it's always in the news now. Some countries are now making it their actually currency, right? They're getting away from their currency and they're going to crypto. So there was also times I went to I was taking a ride and I saw a Bitcoin ATM machine. I was wicked amazed. I was like, this is it. So a little over a year ago, I put a lot of my holdings into cryptocurrency and then started going 10x, 30x. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty amazing. I got to do more of that. I found out there's only 3 ways you can get into crypto. 1, you have to have money and hold it. 2, you can do trading yourself, or worse, you can trust companies to trade your money for you. And they promise you god awful returns like 2 or 3% a day. And most of those companies just can't handle it. They go out of business. I don't know the reasons, but they do. And a lot of people get a bad taste when that happens. The last thing is crypto mining. You might have heard it. It's actually computers out there that mine crypto. And they cost a lot of money, folks. They're real computers with fans, and you need clean rooms and solar panels attached to them because it costs so much for the energy. So when I had iHub just laying on my lap, that was my plan. I wanted to do mining, so I could just set that business plan aside for a while and started running with iHub. So it's just amazing that this company has those, they're called hotspots, but slang it as a miner, right? So they have these devices. They're given to you. You don't have to spend $5,000 or $10,000 per device, like a mining device. You're getting these devices for free. It's pretty awesome. So I was just talking to somebody yesterday about this. I go, when I thought about cryptocurrency, I just wanted to do it honestly and ethically, but I want to do it a lot, right? So, folks, it's very humbling to see this number. Me and John were chuckling earlier.
Crazy.
It's we did some work. I started off the first couple of weeks doing not much, just kind of testing the waters and just texting a few people a day, right? Because I'm busy. I have my own construction company as well. And then all of a sudden we started, getting some traction. And then all of a sudden I started say maybe I should, start coming up with a text script. And I just came up with this text script saying, have you heard about the blockchain plugin and you earn crypto? And I tested it, got like 20 personal sponsored people. And then all of a sudden I started sharing that text with people. And lo and behold, here we are 10 weeks into the business, and we're blessed enough to have 10,000 of you all on the team. It's just amazing. And it's not even about us. There's so many people on our team that are having duplicate numbers. They're growing in the same rate of speed that we were, and it's just a matter of time. I mean, think about it. When you could just get a bunch of people to say, hey, I want one of those boxes to earn money. It's not a hard conversation. As we're speaking, John, I had a person-sponsored person when you were speaking just now. They texted me like, I can't get on, and I had texted the link. Well, she signed up. It's pretty amazing. It was from one of those first texts I did 3 or 4 weeks ago when I was talking about my test. So, John, I really want to congratulate a bunch of people here. Do you have that slide ready to go?
I do. Let's jump on it. Hold on one second. I will tee that up for you.
So anyways, the company started in February, and for three months, they were rolling things out. And so our team got started right around May 16th. And then, Kevin and I were starting to build, towards the end of May, and they got a holiday there. But check this out. We have people on our team. And again, we wanted to, John and I would say, we want to get so many people on here, but the list was so long and we didn't have a lot of time. So we kind of just made it for people that had teams over 500. And I'm not downplaying anybody. Yeah, I couldn't.
After we had spent like 2 hours trying to figure out how we're going to get like 200 names on a few slides and not spend 2 hours on our call recognizing everybody. Finally, we said, okay, we got to cut it at 500. So
right.
We wanted to get, 100 people on here, but sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And, we have some great growth. I mean, Douglas Borden, he has a 5,800 group. He brought in the Team D. They started growing very heavy. They had 81 personals. One of their personal sponsored people is Jenna Stockwell. She has like 2,500 plus. And then John Cini came in. He has 2,500. He has people like Miles and Brahim, and they crank it at the 160 plus personals, 1,500 on their team in just a matter of a few weeks. Then you have Media Man at 1,900. True Power. John, this is a gentleman that used my text, and he sent it out to 3,000 people in one night and had like 46 personal sponsored people the next morning. But look what happened to him since. It's only been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 190 personals, 1,035 people on his team. Congratulations. Then we have Cajun Mayo, 1,000 people on our team. 220. That's the record. What did it go on?
Sorry, yeah, Kwan Mayo, you got it.
Cool.
Yeah.
But that's that's a great 220. That's amazing. That person right there is
he's lapping the field.
Organization. Sorry?
He's lapping the field. Although I got to tell you, we have this new guy who just joined our organization at the end of last week, Vicente, and he's got 165. He's coming on strong, charging. But yeah, just unbelievable. Yeah, he took his foot off the gas. Awesome.
Right. Then we have Chris. These text messages are popping up so fast. Chris Cantanilla, 900. Janet Butterton, 560 with 40 personals. Then I wanted to recognize other people that are really charging, and I have to give it up to Kyle Devine here. 130 personals, just 16 days in, 380. His team's going to be exploding.
He just told us he went over 400. Sorry.
He's over 400, and we ran this report at 7 p.m. My time, Eastern time tonight. So within a half hour, he went from 380 to 400. So he's absolutely killing it. And congratulations to all the people on his team. Then we have Mark McCullough, 320.
Yep.
Brian Damaso, he has 300 plus with 44 personals. Smith here at 300. Jenkins, 290. Luz, 220. And again, there's so many people on the list. I wish I could announce you all. You are all part of the best team in iHub Global. We're so excited. My partner was telling me how we have some great tools coming up in the forefront. We're not going to share that with you today, but You're gonna be very excited with the stuff we're gonna put together for you. And I wanted to bring on my just let you know that, John, do you want to we're gonna bring on Kevin now, and then we'll close it up after that.
Yeah, let me just, if you don't mind, he's your partner. I don't get to talk about him enough. I met Kevin 8 years ago. Actually split a hotel room with him. He was nice enough to give me a floor spot in his hotel where he was speaking to, I don't even know how many hundreds of people back in Cincinnati, Ohio. I still remember that like it was yesterday, and it was 8 years ago. I can't even believe it. But he was already making a crazy six-figure monthly income in that company. And he went on to be a seven-figure annual earner with that company. He's been extremely successful in the network marketing space. He's led a couple other companies to huge revenue, and he's owned his own company. So Kevin has come in here and connected with the owners of iHub. He's gotten us a lot of early dibs on machines, so we're grateful for that. And now he's got a great story to share with us too. So y'all are getting a special treat to hear from him. So give it up for Kevin Marino out of Norwalk, Connecticut.
Hey, y'all. John, man, I tell you, you do a hell of a job on that presentation, man. You got it down and you cranked through it. I was doing it last night. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be here for an hour and a half. I did all these slides. So I had to go a little slower down through it. You really do just an absolutely amazing job. Henry, it was so funny. I'm looking at some of the numbers on here. People are doing just such a phenomenal job. And I'm looking at them going, you guys wrote this whole slide up, and I'm like, these numbers are so outdated because they're like 6-8 hours old. These guys are cranking past these numbers already. I mean, we have some absolute monsters on the team. And I'm going to take credit for naming the team. Because I said we're going to be the monsters. We're going to be Helium monsters out there, and people are going to go absolutely crazy and just prove their monsterdom, if you will. And I'll tell you, congrats out there. Those of you who have been out there just absolutely killing it, proving that this is an absolute monster of an opportunity, and we definitely have some monsters on the team. So what I wanted to chat with everybody about today, and this is something I've been talking about now. When we started working with iHub and they went to the free model, I had a total epiphany, and that was what we're doing right here, right now, is a total 100% land grab. Think about it. We have the ability to go out there and just grab up all the land. I want everybody to just think for a second. I know we have some people on here that are not from the US, so I'll give you a little context. The year is 1848, and we're sitting here knowing that in 1849, what's known as the 49ers and the gold rush takes place out west. But we are here a year early. We're out west, and we know this is where they're coming. We know they're coming to them Dar Hills. And we have the ability to go out there and just start planting flags and collecting addresses and signing people up to these addresses all over the place. And it costs absolutely zero to do this. All we have to do is sign up the address. This is a total 100% land grab. All we know is they're coming. Just get in touch with them. Just sign the address up, because as the 49ers start coming west, guess what? They're gonna jump in. They're gonna all the hot spots are gonna start hitting all these different places. Well, guess what? We share in the mining. We match everybody that we put in the system personally. We match. We're either making 10% like they are or 20%. Folks, if you want to double your income on all of your personals, You want to teach every single one of them how to do those 5 assessments. John, what does it take? 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes to do an assessment? I mean, it's crazy.
I said 5.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
You got to do 5 of them, but it has to be in the first 90 days. Don't wait till day 89 and reach out to them. Day 1, as soon as they're in the system, bam, do your 5 assessments. Why? Because we want them prepped and ready. The first 90 days, 10%, boom. After that, double their pay, but more importantly, doubles your pay. So, when you look at what's in front of us and what we have our hands on, folks, I've been in this, I've been in this network marketing profession now for, I know it's kind of scary, 30 years. Wow. And this is year 30. It's crazy to say that. But
you're old.
Yeah, there you go. I'm old. I have never, ever seen anything that costs nothing to sign up. There's no monthly fee. There's no annual fee, and people can earn money. And I'm going to tell you right here, right now, I'm going to be your word story in that my address is not going to be a good one for a hotspot. Why? Because Coop, who works with us, is right across the way from me, and we put the hotspot at his house. So my address, I can't have a hotspot here because we're only a few hundred yards apart. So my goal is to just crank out there, and anybody out there that you're going to come across is going to be like, oh, well, I don't have a good address. You're going to be like, hey, Kevin has a crappy address too. He can't do anything with a hotspot, but he's killing it. So you're going to be able to use me as a word story out there, and we don't accept any excuses. I mean, guys, we've been doing this, and like Henry said, we were such slackers out of the gate. The first 2.5, 3 weeks, we did nothing. We just signed up a couple people, talked to a few people here and there. I was clearing up some stuff. He was clearing up some stuff. And, John and a couple guys on his team all of a sudden put a couple hundred people in, and a couple other guys put 50 to 100 people in. We're sitting there, we looked at our team and went, I think we might have a tail here. So we got serious. And at the beginning of July, we sat down and we said, all right, by the end of July, we're going to go hard here. By the end of July, we're going to have 100 personals, and we're going to have 10,000 in our business. Folks, I got to tell you, we thought we were overshooting by a lot. But when we make a goal, we set a lofty goal, one that we typically can't hit. Shocked the living heck out of us that, in the 3rd week of the month, I looked at Henry, I go, we're going to hit our damn goals. This is insane. Because what are our goals? What are we doing? We're planting flags. That's all we're doing. We're planting flags all over the place, teaching everybody this is a land grab. Reach out to as many as you can and be on. Those of you that can be on the call, the corporate call starts in about 5 minutes here, so I'm going to wrap it up. And you want to be on there. We're going to talk compensation plan. Rick Cotton's going to be talking comp plan tonight. And then do not miss, if it's at all humanly possible, do not miss Saturday and the rollout of the app. This app is mind-boggling what we can do with it and what a tool it's going to be. If you're serious, you're going to grab the tool and you're going to run with it, and you're going to do crazy, crazy things. The people that are on this, I'll tell you right here, right now, the people that are on this screen are looking at potential of high 6 and 7 figure. Some of them are looking at multiple 7 figures. That's what's on the table. I mean, John was talking to you about how to get to 5 figures a month, and he was at like 100 people. Everybody on this list has way more than that, and most of them have close to 100, if not more than 100 personals themselves. This is something we've never seen before. As you can tell, I'm freaking excited about it. And anybody that's in the Northeast that wants to do some some in-person meetings, we got the crazy group ready to just rock it up in Rhode Island, because Rhode Island loves in-person meetings. Well, I'm going to start going back up to Rhode Island doing some meetings. We're going there. We're going to do it. Those of you that are in Jersey, New York, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, You're in the Northeast, I'm there. You put the people in a room, I will be there. Why? Because this is how freaking crazy this is. We have 6 to 12 months to own the freaking world. Let's do it. Back to you, John.
Awesome sauce. Well, we're done, and we're going to cut it short so that everybody can get on the company call, which is going to start here momentarily. So if you're not familiar with that link, you got about 3.5 minutes to race over to the iHub.Global site, log in there, and download that. So, Henry, you got anything else? You're muted. All right, we're done. Appreciate y'all being on here. Have a great evening. We'll see you on the corporate call, and we'll be doing the same meeting again tomorrow night, every weeknight, Monday through Friday. You guys have a great one. Thanks so much for being on here.